Good morning from my home on wheels in the desert. The sunrise is pretty late now since it's winter here. In fact, today is the winter solstice, so it's actually the shortest day and longest night in the southern hemisphere. From here on out, the days will gradually start getting longer, which I'm feeling pretty happy about. The colors here at dawn and dusk have been really beautiful lately. They have a bit of a purple tinge to them. We've been having slow mornings, waking up with the sun, starting the fire, and get the coffee brewing. Zena stays in bed a little bit longer, and I don't blame her. This week the temperature at night has been around 2 degrees. It's a nice time of year to be traveling through the Outback because the days are sunny and just the right amount of warmth, and at night it's cold enough to snuggle up under the blanket. How's it going, Zena? Are there too many spiky things? We left Yalara yesterday, and to be honest, we were pretty ready to leave. We had been there for a few weeks, and yeah, I think we were just ready to move on. So yesterday when we left, we had planned to make it to a free camp a little bit farther than we are now, but we left it a bit late and it started to get dark, so we pulled off onto this random dirt road that we found. We found this spot overlooking Mount Connor and just decided to stay here. Pretty quiet around, and we try not to drive at night if possible. There's always a chance that there's kangaroos around, and the other day we actually saw a huge wild camel on the side of the road. So it's just not worth it to drive at night for us. The stars last night were so bright though. I don't think I've seen stars any brighter than I have here in the Outback. The sky is just so clear and the horizon is so long that they just seem so much brighter and so much bigger than anywhere else. Chef whipped up some breakfast.
Bon appetit.
Yum. Zena's probably hungry now too. Are you ready for breakfast, Zena? Are you hungry? Okay, come on. Come on. Our rug is covered in spikes. They're so prickly too, so we don't really want to bring them into the van.
Put this on the roof rack?
Maybe. We are all packed up, and honestly the van is getting very full at the moment. We have a storage bay back on the East Coast, so whenever we feel like it's getting a bit too crammed in the van, we'll send a box back to there. I'm really glad we have that because it's already hard enough living out of this tiny space, so to be able to offload whenever we feel like we need it is very handy. For now we're gonna head to the next spot, which is the free camp we were trying to get to last night, where we plan to spend a few days. We're trying to find the campground, but we don't have any service, so we're having trouble figuring out where it is. And we just pulled into this one free camp, but it is not looking great. So I think we'll just keep driving along until we find one that looks decent.
I think that we keep moving on. I don't really like this spot. If we were to pull up here late, it'd be fine.
It's pretty empty here.
It's just really open, isn't it? There's 2 more camps on this road up towards Kings Canyon.
Okay.
Let's just suss them out, otherwise keep your eyes peeled for like a pull-off, and we can just make our own camp. The most expensive fuel you'll ever pay for is right here. Congratulations.
Congratulations to who?
To us.
To us.
It still only gets the best. And now we can go get a camel burger. Yum!
Who wants a camel burger? Well, this day isn't going exactly to plan. We drove down a few dirt tracks and they led us to nowhere, so we are now at Kings Creek Station and we're gonna have some lunch here. There's internet, so we have found a free camp 45 minutes farther that is looking pretty promising. That's just part of being on the road though. You make these plans and something else always ends up happening. There was a corrugated road to get here, but it took us up to this lookout point that overlooks the valley, and I think we ended up getting a pretty good spot. I often find it funny that I can plan an entire day on the road, and it's pretty rare that we'll end up following that plan. So I think that's why Jordan and I just don't make plans now, because we've just had this experience so many times. I find it a lot more fun just to go with the flow and see where we end up. Look how sleepy she is. Zena's nails grow really quick. They were only cut about a month ago, but because she's so small, she doesn't wear her nails down when she walks like big dogs do. So we have to trim them, and she does not like it. But since she's tired after the long drive, we are going to do it.
You're doing great. See? Good girl. Yeah. It's not so bad, is it?
Oh, okay, we'll just leave it. Yeah, yep, she's good, she's good. Get it good, good girl, Zena. Do you want a treat? Chisik, sit. Paw. Good girl. You did so good. The van is very full of stuff at the moment, so I've been rearranging everything around every single day. It's crazy how quickly it seems to fill up. I feel like this has made me a lot more conscious of what I purchase these days. We've noticed that we feel much happier when the van is lighter. I use these packing cubes to keep my clothes as organized as possible in my cupboard. It is pretty tricky to get to what I need, so I usually have to pull everything out, find the right pouch, then put it all away, which does become a bit of a process. Living on the road has taught us that we really don't need much to survive. Some clothing, shelter, water, and a bit of power goes a long way. Finding time and space for movement while on the road can be a bit of a challenge for me because we're not usually in one place for too long. It's always been a big part of my life, so I try to get a little bit in each day, even if it's just 20 minutes or so. I carry small dumbbells, exercise bands, and a skipping rope in the van. On days like this one where I know I won't be able to have a swim or a shower, I just do light intensity exercises. We did recently put in a shower attachment from our sink, but it does use a lot of water, so I need to be aware of how much we have before using it. Donna just wants to be held right now. We're gonna use our cast iron pot for the first time. Last year when we were coming up from the Red Center, we did the exact same thing. We bought a cast iron pot in Port Augusta in hopes that we were going to use it a lot, and we didn't end up using it once, but that trip was pretty rushed. On our way up, we seasoned the pot. We put lots of oil in it to get rid of the cast iron pot taste, and heaps of gunk came off of it. So it's finally ready to be used, and we're keeping it very simple for our first recipe on the fire. We just got some potatoes, sweet potato, onion, and garlic, and I think it should be delicious. Everything just tastes so much better on the fire, I've found. The one thing is we don't really have logs. There's only really sticks around, and we didn't buy any firewood. So we're not too sure if the coals are gonna be good enough, but we're gonna try it anyway and find out. It always feels good when golden hour comes around and we've made it through another day on the road. I never get over the soft colors that light up the sky. It always feels really special to witness beautiful sunsets in the most magical places. I love life on the road, but if I'm honest, I find it to be quite exhausting. At times it can feel like every part of the day is a chore, but then when I put everything into perspective, I can appreciate this time of my life out here where it's just us and nature. And look at the color on the ranges. Okay, so first try, we've made mush. I think I stirred it too much. As long as it tastes good.
Yeah, it's gonna taste good.
Zena's come out of the cave. She smells the food.
You smell food, Mattea.
We're just getting ready for bed. We met some people here at the campground and ended up spending the whole night around the fire with them. It felt really nice because we actually haven't done that for a while. We haven't met too many people on this leg because it is pretty isolated out here. So it was nice to have some chats. At one point we also heard a whole family of dingoes howling in the distance, and the friends we met here were saying that they were howling all night last night as well. I guess Kings Canyon is one of those places that they like to hang around. It's 9:30 now and I am very excited for bed. We've been going to bed pretty early because we kind of just wake up with the sun and go to bed around when the sun sets, and because it's winter the sun does set a bit early now. We put this sink in when we did our last van build in October, and it has honestly been the best thing ever for me. Just being able to wash my face at night even though we don't have any hot water, and to just be able to brush my teeth in here has been so nice. And this is Zena's favorite time of day. This is where she got her name Munchie from. She's obsessed with these chew sticks. Come, Munchie. Lay down. Lay down.